sure most of the time I can.
I feel I'm right most of the time. When I leave an interview, I generally will know if a person's telling the truth or not.
Well, I don't have a perfect batting average, but I can usually tell when someone is lying to me.
Most people believe that they are generally pretty good at determining who's lying and who's telling the truth. Research tells us, however, that most of us are not very good at deciding when someone is lying to us. In law enforcement investigations, absent any real physical evidence or factual information, many investigators are very hesitant to make an assessment of someone's truthfulness just based on their behavior. Well, during the interviews and interrogations as well, we're going to carefully study the verbal and nonverbal behavior displayed by a subject. On this first program now, we're going to talk about verbal behavior. And by verbal behavior, we mean not only the words used in the response, but the timeliness of the response, the expression of the response, any changes in the tone of voice or the pitch that are exhibited by the subject as they answer the question. And we're going to look at such things as whether they speak clearly or mumble their words, whether they speak in a hesitant, halting fashion, or whether they speak too fast out of normal sequence of speech. All of these factors involve evaluating verbal behavior. The first thing we're going to start with is evaluating verbal behavior as displayed by the subject in their attitude during the interview.
My investigation is going to show who has taken these automobiles, so if you're involved, tell me right now.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Let me ask you, who do you think is involved in taking these?
Well, I have an idea, but I don't know for sure.
Who would you suspect if you had some, some inkling?
Well, first of all, I think it had to be an employee, because whoever it was had to have a key to open the gate. Now, out of the employees that we have here, 2 of them started about a month before the first car was stolen. I don't know why, but I just don't trust those guys.
Okay, can you tell me who those persons are?
One is Greg Jones. The second is Mike King.
Okay, and on the other hand, you can help me out a lot, too, by eliminating certain people in the company. Is there anybody that you can vouch for, that you can that you know are honest, that you would totally eliminate?
Oh, sure. The manager, Tim, a couple mechanics, Henry and Jerry. I trust all those guys.
Okay. Now, let's take a hypothetical situation. If somebody was going to steal cars from the lot, how would they go about doing it?
Well, like I said before, they had to be an employee because they had to have access to keys, because the gates are always locked. And they obviously had to come in at night because someone is here until 10 p.m.
This subject's attitude is typical of the truthful person. He answers questions in a spontaneous and direct manner and appears concerned and interested in the outcome of the investigation. This person wants the guilty individual identified, and as a result offers us realistic and helpful information to direct the investigation. Here are the characteristics truthful people typically display. They are spontaneous. Spontaneity can be identified by the suspect saying whatever is on their mind. Our suspect was upfront and open about his emotional feelings. They are helpful. A truthful suspect, if possible, will offer information which will help focus the investigation by naming possible suspects and eliminating others from suspicion. They are not at all afraid to speculate as to the motives or method used to commit the crime. They are concerned. Because a truthful suspect is anxious to clear themselves, they will pay close attention to the officer's questions and will not try to minimize the seriousness of the offense or explain it away as a non-criminal matter. They are sincere. Sincerity is the quality of presenting a true and accurate image to another person. For example, if a suspect typically uses vulgar language and is abrupt with others, he will not alter those qualities of his personality during the interview. Now, on the other hand, a guilty person's attitude is typically very different from a truthful person. Let's take a look at this next interview.
Mike, there's been some automobiles stolen out of the lot here. Mike, if you were involved in stealing any of those cars, my investigation is going to point that out. Maybe you should tell me right now if you were involved.
Why would I steal cars from you? I mean, I work here.
Well, do you know, Mike, who was stealing the cars?
No. I I come to work, do my job, go home. I mean, I don't watch the other guys, and I don't watch the lot. I don't know.
Well, do you think, Mike, that the cars are being stolen by the employees?